In your collecting, would you rather have quantity or quality? Well, the distinction of either one is pretty dubious in these stacks, but today we're going to break down and see which one's better. Hey everyone, Woohoo here once again with another coin shop comparison hunt this time around. I went to two different coin shops in my area, spent the same amount of money at each one, but got very, very different piles of coins, world coins mostly, at each one. Both shops, I'll tell you, I paid $5 each. Five over here, five over here. So we're going to compare the two and we'll see which side you think I did better on. So we're going to clear actually the quantity side out of the way for today. So we're only going to go with the what I call the quality side, quality, quote unquote. We'll see what you all think of that. And so let me get the camera set up and I'll be right back. All right, what do you say we get started with these world coins that I picked up at the first coin shop? So again, I paid $5 for this first lot. So let's just go one by one and I'll show you what I got. And you tell me in the comments what you think and which one's your favorite coin. This is the first one. Still face value stuff, 20 lepta or 20 euro cents. This is the national obverse of Greece, as you can see right there, from the year 2002. Oh, I just noticed there's an E in that star right there. Oh, I wonder if that has any significance. If it does, I'll put a little caption down below right there. All right, so there's coin number one. Coin number two. Here's a country that you've probably seen play in the World Cup fairly recently. Half a dirham, I think, from... this would be the coat of arms of Morocco, also from 2002, or on their calendar, 1423. So that is a very interesting motif of a satellite. I don't think I've seen coins like that before. That's number two. Here's another country that's been competing in the World Cup lately, Ecuador. And 25 cents, 25 centavos, from the year 2000. Now, Ecuador, of course, uses the US dollar nowadays rather than their sucre because the inflation rendered that rather obsolete. So they still accept American banknotes, but they issue their own coins that are still considered fractions of a US dollar. And they're made to the same specifications, too. If I take a US quarter and compare it to this one, you can see the size is pretty much the same. It's just you can tell from the edge that it's just a little bit different. So that's a neat little find, I thought. What else do we have here? We have, República de Colombia, 1976. 1 peso. So we have a wheat cent. Is this a corn peso then? Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. And speaking of pesos, this is 10 nuevos pesos from Uruguay, 1981. But this mark over here means this was minted in Santiago, in Chile. So I have some coins from this series of the Nuevo Peso Uruguayo, the new Uruguayan peso. But this was a denomination I did not yet have, so I decided to pick this one up. So there we go. What's next here? Aha! 5 shilling, 1969. That's a shield representing Austria, if I'm not mistaken. Republik Österreich. So yes, this is Austria. And this, if you watched my video about the pre-Euro currencies, you'll know that this is still technically exchangeable for euros. Not worth very much, mind you, but still exchangeable nonetheless. So there we go. And I'm going to do 2 at once here for this next little bit. 1 and 5 Córdobas, En Dios confiamos, in God we trust, from the year 2000, from República de Nicaragua, América Central, Republic of Nicaragua in Central America. So 1 and 5 Córdobas. They have a bigger face value than we think. I don't remember offhand exactly what it is, but there we are. Something that doesn't have that big of a face value, though. 5 centavos, 2004, from Brazil. But this is a denomination that I didn't already have, so I decided to pick this one up. I do actually really like this design right here. So that was pretty neat. Here's one I don't see very often. Ichien, 1 yen, from Japan, Showa 24 nen. So I have this design of a 1 yen coin, but I don't have this particular year, Showa year 24, which is, if I'm doing my math right, 1950 or 1949? I think 1949. So this is a brass 1 yen coin. This is different from the version that circulates nowadays, although this is still technically legal tender, but nobody, I think, would ever recognize it as being such. And then we have a 5 golden coin from 1990 from the Netherlands, featuring Queen Beatrix. Not redeemable for euros anymore, but if it were, it would actually have the equivalent of about 2 euros, a little over 2 euros, if this were still legal tender or exchangeable. And then the last coin, last world coin that you already saw in the flip, because it just looks so nice, 1952. This is from Laos, what was known then as the Royaume du Laos, the Kingdom of Laos. There you go, 20 cents, 1952. This is a nice aluminum coin. So they had the monarchy before the communist regime took over. So those were the world coins. I'm going to keep the camera punched in right here because I also bought with the rest of the $5 went to 4 of these Buffalo nickels. I don't roll hunt really, so I don't find these in circulation. But there's a 1918 from Philadelphia with some pretty good detail for its age. Still a readable date. Maybe a little bit of the horn right there if you squint, but this was a nice pickup for me in a year I didn't already have. And I made a bit of a mistake with these two. Now, I didn't have this particular year, but I didn't realize I picked up 2 of them. Both 1928, a somewhat readable date, recognizable enough. And if you look down, I'm just going to do this. If you look down right in between the words 5 and cents, you see a mint mark. That's a D. So these 2 were minted in Denver. Similar grades, similar condition, I would say, for both of those. Not much of the horn you can see right there on the buffalo's head. And a lot of worn detail on the buffalo itself, in addition to the portrait here. So 1929D that I bought to fill a spot in my album, and then I immediately bought a duplicate. So, oops. And finally, this one right here. 1930. Look at that. That is a San Francisco mint right there. And there you can clearly see some of the horn right over there. So for 50 cents each, not a bad pickup in my estimation. So there's a 1930. So that fills some holes in my Buffalo collection. So that's a look at the what I call the quality side of things, because the quantity definitely didn't match up with the other lot that I purchased. So I hope you enjoyed the look at the quality side of things, quote unquote. Was it as quality as I claimed it was? Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know down there what your favorite coin out of this hunt was. It's always interesting to see what you all think of these coins that I pick up. So anyway, next time around, we'll have a look at the other lot that I got. That one, as you can imagine, will be a slightly longer video. See you all then.